I'm really interested to see how we can provide different experiences to different doctors for them to see different parts of the system and to break down this artificial divide we've created between doctors.
We're learning about each other's roles and how we can work more closely together.
So I feel this is the only way forward for different professional groups to come together, as is the case in this project, to ensure that we are discussing together the challenges we face and innovating in order to deliver high quality, continually improving and compassionate care for patients.
To see how patients are treated when they're admitted and also what challenges our consultant colleagues face.
The more communication we have with our primary care colleagues and the more information we can glean from them for our patients and vice versa, I think it's a no-brainer really, and it only leads to better patient care.
Seeing the wider world that goes on outside of UHS was really, really interesting.
Together with Fiona, the Chief Executive of the hospital, we're really supportive of this initiative. I think both because of the benefits that it brings to clinicians feeling less isolated and building that dialogue across the divide between primary and secondary care, which is really important to us as a commissioner, but also because of the benefits that will bring to patients.
So I decided to participate in this project because I just knew this was the right thing to be doing and having conversations with consultants about my patients that are also their patients. So uniformly they're our patients. But I also believe very strongly that we can look at the challenges within the NHS and try and change them ourselves to make those little things that annoy us into something that we can actually change for the better.
I think patients are constantly stuck between artificial systems that we've created as doctors, and if we can break down some of those artificial barriers so that patients don't notice that they're being shipped between one part of a system and another, and we can improve communication and a seamless flow for patients, I think ultimately result in a better patient experience.
To understand what's going on in secondary care, understanding the patient's experience while they're there, and then having a greater understanding in supporting those patients as they come out, I think will really feel more joined up for the patient, and actually an understanding of what's being said and how we can encourage that message to be consistent from both secondary care and primary care to expedite their recovery and prevent readmissions and complications.
I think anything that helps to reduce divisions between primary and secondary care is beneficial to patients who often get caught between the two groups.
I also think a bit more of the joined up care would actually put the patient at the heart of care, which in nursing and in all healthcare, that's what we do. The patient is at the centre of everything.
If we can as two groups get back together to talk to each other regularly and share our concerns and our ideas, then it's inevitable that our patients will benefit, because actually they're our patients. They're not primary or secondary care patients, they're our patients.
I think the doctors always want to work together, and sometimes the systems and inadvertently we put things in between. So just breaking down those barriers again and thinking it together at the start makes quite a lot of difference.
The thing I've noticed most, especially from this evening, has been people talking about my patients. So GPs, they're my patients, consultants, they're my patients. And what I've seen shift tonight is them saying this is about they're our patients, and that change in mindset will lead to some radical changes, I'm certain. There are little things that, for example, when I refer into hospital, I don't know who I'm referring to. If I can put a face to that consultant, then actually I'm more likely to get a response, or if I know that consultant personally, I'm more likely to get a response. So yes, I can definitely change things better for my patients.
I think it's really important to remember that good education for doctors at all levels comes about from seeing good patient care. And I think there's a circle here. We've got to give doctors a good experience, we've got to give patients a good experience, and ultimately that drives up quality, and I think everybody gains. It's a win-win.
Given the pressure that they're under, it's also important that doctors practice self-compassion in order that they can be compassionate to others. That means attending to ourselves, understanding the challenges we face in our lives and in our work, empathizing with ourselves, caring for ourselves, and taking intelligent action to help ourselves in order that we have the resilience and the capacity to be compassionate in our work with others and in our interactions with our colleagues at work as well.
Having the open line of communication between your colleagues within and out with hospital is the most vital thing in maintaining patient care. So don't be scared, pick up a phone, drop an email, and I think that can only lead to better patient care.
Stay engaged with each other throughout your career.
So for future doctors, I'm going to say to you is there is no boundary that can't be broken, and it's so important to just keep talking to your colleagues, keep asking, and making sure that you have those working relationships that always make the best for your patient.
Remember where you came from. You're all doctors. You'll end up in specialities. And remember that they're human beings. They're real people behind this. Find out what their passions are. Find out what they care for. And actually really, really work on relationships, because it's relationships that ultimately really affect how the care that you deliver. So go and do it.